Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. At the edge of Yang main continent, there was a majestic golden palace amongst the desert, and it stood out within the desert. Strong warriors normally hid themselves within mountain caves, underground caves, underwater caves and so on. As for this incredibly visible palace, it definitely belonged only to pinnacle warriors of the area, and the current owner of this palace was Black Jade Emperor. As a pinnacle emperor with teleportation ability, he truly feared no one within the Yang main continent. In the air above the palace, a 3 m tall silhouette appeared. It was a human-shaped black ball of flame. This flame gathered into a black-robed warrior. Black Grace Emperor. The powerful being Black Jade Emperor had immediately discovered the enemy arriving, communicating, "You are from the demon camp, why are you here? Do you want to fight?" They were both the top powers of the main continent, both with teleportation ability, and if they did fight, it would only be a waste of time. Black Jade Emperor. Ciweka. The black-robed warrior communicated. "I know the Silver Wing Emperor's location. If you want the coordinates, you'll have to exchange for it with 200 million indigo gems worth of treasure. Remember, this location is his current location, you'll have to act fast, or he'll be gone soon." Two silhouettes appeared outside the palace. One was a short skinny masked Black Grace Emperor with beast claws, and the other was the automaton Ciweka. Ciweka had been staying in this palace since he put out the bounty, because, the moment he got the whereabouts of the Silver Wing Emperor, he could immediately teleport over with Black Jade Emperor. You say you know where he is. However, you want 200 million indigo gems, just for the coordinates. Ciweka roared. "It's a treasure worth 200 million indigo gems, and I have no way to use your automaton currency." Black Grace Emperor communicated. "You can continue to waste time. The longer you wait, the farther he'll go. Then you wouldn't be able to find him anymore. 12 seconds have already passed. Bastard." Ciweka gritted his teeth within. Even a pinnacle emperor wouldn't earn money this fast. Even if they took it easy for over 10,000 years, they probably wouldn't even earn this much, and yet he demanded this absurd amount just for the information. "I'll pay." Ciweka flipped his hand and a space ring appeared as he tossed it over. Black Grace Emperor received it and quickly scanned through. "Not bad. These are the coordinates." He immediately sent it over to Ciweka and Black Jade. "You will come with us," Ciweka ordered. "Relax, this news was given to me from a low emperor, and it was probably before he died, it's definitely right. Since I've already received the 200 million indigo gems worth of treasures, I'll accompany you. Let's go." Black Grace was confident, as he truly feared no one here on the main continent. Ciweka, Black Jade and Black Grace all instantly followed Black Jade's teleportation to the lake where Luo Feng had just fought the black armored youth. Within the slits of space, the golden horned beast didn't care much about searching through the items after detonating the Flame God crystal. He immediately kept the G-grade cabin along with the 2 world rings and Black Whip into his own space. "I cannot delay. Before his death, he may have called for help, I better leave fast. I can go through the treasures later." The beast tore through space and returned back to the actual universe, appearing in the depths of the river. After which, he switched back to his Earth body, melding the Showu wings on his body. As to why, it was because the beast's body was simply too huge, since the body was over 100 kilometers, along with a tail that was over 100 kilometers long too, as well as its wings. The mini-scanner only had a scanning area of 20 kilometers diameter, it couldn't even cover the entire beast's body. Rumble. He flapped his wings and flew up, rushing through the rock stratum and out of the deep river, out to the surface. He swiftly fled. The battle before caused too much of a commotion, the combined attack of the bug army may attract other warriors over. "I have to quickly flee." Luo Feng flapped his wings and unleashed strike travel. His speed accelerated. Even though he was rushing, he was extremely happy within. He had planned for pretty long to get this treasure from that warrior. He had wanted to attack the moment he felt that calling, however he forced himself to return to the camp and raise his strength before returning. He finally managed to kill him and got the treasure. At the bottom of the river, Ciweka, Black Jade and Black Grace all appeared simultaneously. Such powerful energy ripples. Black Jade communicated. Very strong indeed. Black Grace's expression changed too. The Silver Wing Emperor may be here, keep scanning. Ciweka couldn't care less, immediately using his large scanner and small scanners to cover the area about. Not good. Luo Feng, who was flying swiftly, activated his large and mini scanners simultaneously. His large scanner detected the enemy. His small scanner was to protect himself and jam signals from stronger enemies. When the three warriors appeared in the cave beneath the river, Luo Feng's large scanner immediately detected them. It's them. Luo Feng was shocked. Luo Feng had no way to identify Ciweka, because he had never revealed himself before in the battle before. As for Black Jade and Black Grace, however, Luo Feng immediately recognized them. When he was chatting with the other emperors back in the camp, he got to know of several beings he couldn't deal with on the main continent. Black Jade and Black Grace were amongst them. They actually teleported here. That automaton, he could very likely be the one who put the bounty on me, that extremely wealthy one. Luo Feng laughed as he recognized Ciweka. I have to thank you. If you didn't give me so much resources, the cloud contact vine wouldn't have been able to break through to Undying so quickly, and I wouldn't have been able to kill that Indonesia warrior and get his treasure too. Stop. Luo Feng was swiftly flying, slowed down fiercely and flew slowly. He relied on the mini scanner to protect himself. Also, the moment he detected the enemies, he immediately shut off his large scanner. He didn't dare fly too quickly, as it would generate space ripples and tears in space. This would make it easy for the enemy to track him. The three other race warriors activated their scanners. Anything? The three of them were all shocked. Black Grace Emperor. Ciweka looked at him. I trusted you and passed you the treasures immediately. However, the Silver Wing Emperor isn't even here. Did you give me the coordinates too late? Or are you deliberately deceiving me? It hasn't even been 30 seconds since I acquired the coordinates. Black Grace communicated. 30 seconds, he couldn't have fled more than 9 million kilometer, and our large scanners, the smallest has a diameter of 300 million kilometer, there's no way he's out of our scanning range. The fact that we cannot find him shows that his small scanner is very advanced. Advanced. Ciweka was unsatisfied. I've battled him, his scanners were average. You battled him in the past, wouldn't he then go purchase a better scanner after? Black Grace scoffed. Don't fight. Black Jade roared. I'll head into the space slits to check if he's in there. Also, Black Grace, help feel the space about and see if there's any special changes in the ripples. The moment there's any, it might be him. Black Grace nodded. I've already got my treasures, I'm willing to help. Tear. Black Jade tore through the space and pierced deep in, emerging a few seconds after. Anything? Ciweka looked at him. There are countless fragments within, but nothing special. Black Jade said. I think he should have returned to the original universe after his battle. The chances of him being within is very low. Let's check the surrounding area well. Okay. Ciweka nodded. There were many ways to scanning the space about. The easiest was to use undying energy to scan, however this was a crude way of doing so. A higher level scan would be like using a scanner. The level of scan would be dependent on how advanced the scanner itself was. A lousier scanner would be like a normal undying scanning, a better one would exceed even an emperor's. A higher level one would be using law domain, or world projection. Law domain and world projection both were usage of the universe laws. These were things only warriors of this level had, it wasn't something one could simply have with comprehension. Within a law domain, the god was the owner. Within the world projection, the sector lord was the owner. They could clearly feel everything within. Of course. The thunder hell of 9 absolute god country were other space techniques that could do this. I've set up my hexagon prison with a diameter of 100 million kilometer. CIWEKA said. As long as he's within 100 million kilometer, I will find him. The 3 of them rushed out into the air above the lake. After which Black Jade brought CIWEKA and teleported swiftly to 6 spots about, leaving behind a ship in each location. One had to know that the 9 absolute god country was very mysterious. It was something an automaton knight spent a lot of time and effort on, and it had many uses. Even without one ship, even though it couldn't unleash its strongest god country. The other 8 still had many uses. Each ship could even unleash a domain more powerful than Thunder Hell. 6 ships in different locations, they activated the hexagonal prison. Countless beams of lights shot out and engulfed the 100 million kilometer area, spreading over the mountains and permeating through tens of millions of kilometers of land and river. Everything was within its scanning area. Luo Feng, who was flying slowly to avoid creating space ripples naturally, was covered within. In the air above the vast land, 6 pyramid ships floated in the distance. With the 6 of them as base points, they shot out countless beams of light that interweaved and linked together, forming a white space. It was almost like a white fog space, the hexagon prison. Over 100 million kilometers in area was completely cut off from the outside world. Within this prison, even weapons or incredibly weak creatures cannot escape detection. CIWEKA floated in the air above the river. Even the river and mountains were all part of the white fog space. Incredible. Black Grace Emperor said, shocked. This is something an automaton knight built. Black Jade smiled. Any automaton was a master of mechanics. They could easily build a huge empire, and of course as they got stronger and their comprehension grew, the things they built would naturally get stronger. The things a knight-level master built would naturally be extremely rare and expensive. That Silver Wing Emperor cannot escape. CIWEKA said softly. Search. He gritted his teeth. Check every inch of this place, anything with a life imprint or life force, search it all. The hexagon prison's mist suddenly shot out visible white threads, as countless threads began to search the area within thoroughly. For such a scan, just one wave alone was incredibly detailed, and the amount of energy it used was incredible. It was enough to make a normal undying broke. One suspicious item, too. The 6 pyramids swiftly reported. 39 seconds had passed and the search was completed. They found 82 suspicious items. Lock in on them. Target confirmed. CIWEKA ordered. Black Jade, to save some time, come with me to check these items. CIWEKA looked at Black Jade beside him and said. Black Jade nodded. The area within the prison was after all over 100 million kilometers, and these 82 targets were scattered throughout. Just flying alone would take over 1 hour, and they couldn't afford to waste time. The more time they wasted, the easier it was for these to change. These are the 82 points. CIWEKA swiftly sent them over. Leave it to me. Black Jade grabbed onto CIWEKA and swiftly arrived at the first point. CIWEKA looked at the alloy remains wrapped about by the white threads, sending his undying energy to scan it further, frowning. It's just the remains of a universe ship. On to the next one. Black Jade once again teleported. Of the 82 suspicious items, 62 were ship remains, 9 were weapon fragments, 10 were fragments of damaged undying bodies, and 1 world ring. Basically anything with any energy was detected. When they found the world ring, CIWEKA was very happy. He shouted, Silver Wing Emperor, do you think that I wouldn't detect you if you hid in a world ring? He immediately destroyed the ring, and normal items scattered around. Several of the sturdy items were okay, while everything else, CIWEKA didn't even find anything that could hide the Silver Wing Emperor. This world ring, according to my scan of the surrounding rocks, have been here for over 100 million years. This was won from a battle that long ago. It's weird that it wasn't discovered. Black Jade said, however, the Silver Wing Emperor won't be inside. Just where is he? Ciweka gritted his teeth. Black Grace. Ciweka looked at him. The black-robed Black Grace Emperor said coldly, don't suspect a pinnacle emperor. I wouldn't degrade myself, and lie just for your 200 million indigo gems worth of treasure. These warriors all had eternal lives. At their level, respect and dignity was much more important than anything. While they may massacre others or get cursed, there were some matters like lying and cheating that would be considered as a huge disgrace. If it was some huge treasure, that may be explainable. But for 200 million indigo gems, this was something a pinnacle emperor wouldn't do. Then where is he? Ciweka floated in the air above the river and looked about. There are 3 possibilities. Black Jade communicated mentally. First, he's hiding in a slit of space and hasn't returned to the actual universe and he's deep within. From a normal standpoint, the chances of him digging deeper into the slit of space after a battle is extremely low, not over 1%. Second, he's within the hexagon prison, only we cannot find him and the prison cannot detect him. This can mean that his scanner or other techniques are very advanced, and the chances of this happening is at 20%. Third, he's escaped your hexagon prison area, and this has the highest probability. How did he escape? Ciweka looked at him. There are many methods. Black Jade said, Silver Wing is well known for his instantaneous speed and dodging. With his accomplishments in space laws, he may have comprehended teleportation. After killing the enemy, he may have teleported away. Teleportation. It hasn't been a year, how could he learn that so quickly? Ciweka shook his head, it cannot be. It's hard to say. Black Jade continued, another reason is that after his enemy sent out messages before his death, it may have been leaked to the human camp. The Silver Wing Emperor definitely has friends within the human camp. Just when we were about to make a move the last time, didn't someone come and teleport him away? It may be the same this time. I don't believe this. I don't believe. Ciweka gritted his teeth. Even though he knew that Black Jade's words were logical, he didn't want to accept it. He couldn't accept the Silver Wing Emperor escaping once again. Hexagon prison, use maximum energy. Ciweka ordered, area, the entire prison. Destroy. Destroy everything within the prison, the rivers, the mountains etc., reduce them to nothing. Ciweka's eyes gleamed with madness. Reduce this entire area of over 100 million kilometers to nothing, only then will there be no doubt. Rumble. Large amount of energy poured from the 6 ships, and mad explosions occurred within the entire area. One had to know that the strongest combined attack from the Bug King army would at most spread over 10 million kilometers. This huge area was much bigger. Hence the strength of attack within each area would definitely not compare to the Bug Clan's attack. It could at most destroy E2 or E3 grade metals. No matter how strong the energy was, after it spread over such an huge area, the overall damage would be lessened. Though this was weak. The river stones and mountains, other than few exceptionally sturdy ones, were mostly unable to withstand such an attack. An endless stream of rocks and mountains were exploding to nothing, and the rivers were destroyed too, with large amounts of the ground disappearing. 99.9% of everything was reduced to nothing. Only few things remained torn apart. Some other even more sturdy items remained undamaged. Actually, back when Luo Feng was in Shattered Stars, every fragment there could take a Sector Lord Pinnacle's attack. Even though Yangji main continent was much bigger, its materials weren't as sturdy. Damn. He's actually doing something like that. This energy usage must at least be akin to a High Emperor's self-destruct. A seemingly split-apart rock lay amongst the rubble. Its energy and material etc. all seemed just like any other rock. In truth, it was the transformation of the Mosha clansman. By relying on its natural ability of cloning, it completely transformed into a rock. Hence, unless a warrior uses his undying energy to scan the internal portion of this rock, Simply relying on scanners of its appearance, there was no way for them to know. Spread over 100 million kilometers. So much energy was used. Using a flame god crystal would be understandable, which was the most expensive method to condense an undying's energy. However, relying on a device to do so much energy must be worth tens of millions of mixed elements. That automaton punk must be furious. Attack. Attack and destroy everything. Wei gritted his teeth. He wanted to completely destroy everything within this area, only then would he be satisfied and sure that the Silver Wing Emperor got away. Asterisk 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 asterisk. When Luo Feng was trapped in this situation, within a spacious hall in the virtual universe, there were 108 ancient thrones within, and every one of them had warriors, be it human or other races. They gave off terrifying energies. We gathered everybody because, according to information from the Outer Region Wars, the human sector Lord Luo Feng has successfully killed a Low Emperor. A purple armored giant with a peculiar helmet spoke. Impossible. He cannot kill a Low Emperor yet. I request for everybody to view the footage. The news made many about deny it immediately. Attention, relying only on his sector lord body, he's naturally unable to kill a Low Emperor. However, the contribution points were awarded to him. It means he does have some special methods to kill a Low Emperor. According to the rules of our Hong Alliance, since he's done so, whether it's treasures or methods, as long as one kills a Low Emperor, it means we can bring him in. The purple armored being said. The purple armored being gazed at the others, be it human or other races, saying, everything is according to the rules. Since he fulfills all the requirement, we should accept him. Agree. Agree. Large amounts of warriors agreed. The Hong Alliance only accepts true absolute warriors. If one can rely on treasures or special techniques to kill a Low Emperor, it still proves his strength. However, what I'm worried about is that it may be his guardian that killed the Low Emperor. And that guardian isn't recorded in the army system. Naturally, the army would take it as Luo Feng's contribution. A jade green life form said with a sharp voice. Hence, I request to see the footage. Looking at the footage will prove everything. Yizhen Knight, take out the footage. Many warriors looked at the purple armored human. Viewing his footage is beyond my authority. The purple armored human said, I haven't even seen it yet. How can that be? I personally requested it from the army system. But my authority is too low. I failed. He's not even a knight. How can his video be so hard to get? The originally quiet hall had over 100 warriors immediately begin to argue. It was obvious that this lack of authority for his footage was something beyond their understanding. The purple armored man said, this is the authority level set personally by the Primal Chaos City leader. Silence. The over 100 warriors all went silent, glancing at each other, as their eyes were filled with helplessness. The Hong Alliance was a powerful alliance made of many other race warriors led by humans. With humans as the leaders, the Primal Chaos City leader ranked amongst the top 3 in humanity. His authority and power in the Hong Alliance could only be imagined, and as for the authority levels he set, the knights present couldn't say anything about it. His authority level was extremely high. As long as he wished it, less than 3 in the alliance could see the footage. Any objections to accepting Luo Feng in? The purple armored giant looked at the others. No objections. Nothing. Agreed. Agreed. They all swiftly nodded and forgot about the footage. Since everybody agrees, I will immediately arrange for a team to invite him officially into the Hong Alliance. The giant nodded and vanished. The others began to vanish as well, and in an instant, only 108 empty seats were left. On Yang main continent. Attack and destroy everything. Wei gritted his teeth. The hexagon prison immediately shot out a blur of white lights that gathered into lasers. Each beam had at least 10 sector Lord Pinnacle strength, and over 100 of them were destroying everything in the area. The sturdy stones and metals were instantly reduced to nothing against these lasers, few became fragments, and even lesser were left undamaged. A beam of light hit the Mosha-transformed stone. This was after all 10 times Pinnacle Sector Lord's strength, and the Mosha body was only Sector Lord Pinnacle. After becoming a stone, its law comprehension etc. were all useless. The stone tore open and became 7 fragments, the remaining parts became dust. I'm about to be discovered. Continue to attack, reduce everything to nothing. Ciweka began to examine the information clearly from his hexagon world. Black Jade Emperor. He communicated to him. Black Jade looked at him, his eyes cold behind his mask. I'd like to trouble you to look for Death Spirit Emperor. Ciweka said. When we got the report from Black Grace Emperor, I immediately invited Death Spirit over. He's already in the space above the Yang main continent. He teleported here via God Country, these are the coordinates. Black Jade vanished. Ciweka was feeling the pinch, hate and unhappiness. I thought that Black Grace, as a Pinnacle Emperor, wouldn't give me false information. I immediately informed Death Spirit. Now that he's teleported via God Country over, if he came here for nothing, I cannot not give him anything. To make a Pinnacle Emperor teleport via God Country over for nothing. How could he do that? He naturally had to give some gifts to satisfy him. After a few seconds, sure, 2 silhouettes appeared. A short masked Black Jade and a scaled 1,000-eyed Death Spirit Emperor. His formless pressure caused Ciweka to feel uncomfortable, even Black Grace felt a shock. Both were Pinnacle Emperors, but the difference in power was still huge. Death Spirit was strong in the soul side, and there were many emperors that died under his hand. Naturally his position was higher. Where's the Silver Wing Emperor? He asked. This? Ciweka felt embarrassed. Space Ripple. Space Ripple. Black Jade and Black Grace simultaneously felt a space ripple. This familiar ripple, to the two that knew how to teleport, they instantly deduced, there was a warrior that teleported. A warrior teleported. Black Grace said coldly, I'll lock down the space around us. Weng. Black Grace, who had been watching beside, felt a bit guilty for taking the 200 million indigo gems worth of treasures, as they searched for the Silver Wing Emperor. He couldn't possibly return it, naturally he wanted to try and help. He had long set up his undying energy about. He then activated it to become countless undying threads, forming a spider web, locking down an area of about 30 million kilometers. The Silver Wing Emperor is there. Ciweka easily detected him with his hexagon prison. The prison also locked down on 2 targets. Ciweka was extremely excited. Beside him is that teleporting undying that saved him last time, Star Fantasy Emperor. It's Star Fantasy from the human camp. Chase. Black Jade and Death Spirit were filled with killing intent, while Ciweka was excited too. Ciweka, use your hexagon prison to stop him. With the space lockdown, they won't be able to teleport anymore, and can only fly. With the hexagon prison stopping them within a 1,000,000 kilometer distance, we can easily catch them. Black Jade was very excited, as he was anticipating the rewards from the capture. Understood, Ciweka was extremely excited. Black Grace stood by the side, using his space lockdown to help communicate. Ciweka, with this, we are even. Ha, Black Grace, thanks. Ciweka was extremely grateful. Black Grace and Black Jade had spread their undying energy to scan. However, Black Jade had suddenly gone to get Death Spirit. With that, just for Black Jade to spread his undying energy again to scan would take quite some time. The speed of the undying energy spreading was only maximum light speed. Black Grace, however, had been there all the while and maintaining his scan. Hence, he could unleash the space lockdown the fastest. Silver Wing Emperor, there's trouble. Star Fantasy smiled gently. Her voice resounded within the golden horned beast's mind. The moment she teleported here, the space was on complete lockdown, she couldn't teleport away. Ha, no problem, we cannot teleport away, but they cannot teleport over too. The golden horned beast replied, stay on my claw, they can't catch us. I've heard of your legendary speed, we'll rely on it then. Star Fantasy smiled. Her dreamy wings flapped and she landed on the beast's claw scale, undying energy binding her to the scale tightly. Let's go. The beast flapped its wings and unleashed strike travel, leaving behind warps in the space as it accelerated to a shocking speed. Wing wing. Countless white threads wrapped about the beast's surroundings. Even though it wasn't like the purple threads of the 9 absolute god country, these threads only had 1/10,000th of its strength, but it was much more numerous. Even though it couldn't stop the beast, it did slow it down. Not good. The beast slowed down with Death Spirit. Black Jade and Ciweka were chasing behind, along with Black Grace who was watching the show. Ha ha, Silver Wing, you cannot escape. The beast looked back and easily saw hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. There were 4 little dots that were closing the distance swiftly. The beast flapped its wings and a huge space slit appeared. It flew in, however Black Grace's space lockdown was everywhere. Death Spirit, Black Jade, Ciweka, and Black Grace all simultaneously flew into the slit. The hexagon prison easily tore the space and pierced in. Within the slit of space, the 6 pyramid ships were like sturdy stones unaffected by the mad flow of space, maintaining their prison. Black Grace maintained his lockdown, however the space fragments made the others all slow down a lot. Countless fragments were all around, there was no way to get rid of them all. Their flight was affected greatly. Howl. The beast howled happily, flapping its wings. The beast was fast like a demon, completely unaffected by the mad flow of space within. The mad flow of space doesn't affect him. That's impossible. The calm Black Grace was shocked. The other 2 emperors were shocked as well. They didn't know that the Showu wings had its own space energy. Also, unleashing its second form would allow the beast to control the space movement around him. Now at only the first form, even though it couldn't control the flow, it could still easily fly within, unaffected by it. Like a fish in water. It flapped its silver wings with terrifying speed. Even though the hexagon prison was affecting the beast, the space flow was affecting Ciweka and his party. Its effect on Ciweka was the greatest. He watched as the huge silver beast flew further and further, breaking out of Black Grace Emperor's space lockdown area. After which, they teleported and vanished. Bastard. Ciweka howled unsatisfied. The other emperors all stopped and were silent. Black Grace, who was simply here for kicks, couldn't help but exclaim, impressive. Black Jade and Death Spirit looked at Ciweka. Ciweka. Death Spirit emphasized, even though we don't want to admit it, with the Silver Wing Emperor's strength and his allies, we have no way to kill him. Black Jade nodded. Damn. Ciweka gritted his teeth in disgust. If only his 9 absolute god country was complete, then using it alone, he could stop the Silver Wing Emperor and stop him from escaping. The 9 absolute god country had forbidden formations to stop warriors. Back then when they battled, Ciweka had hesitated to use it. As it was forbidden, each seal cost about 1 billion indigo gems worth, hence he hesitated. Even getting a pinnacle emperor only cost that much. That hesitation made it too late. Later on, when the beast used the Bug Clan army and unleashed its strongest attack, while the god country was replenishing its energy, it destroyed 1 ship and it immediately threw Ciweka's plans into disarray. Death Spirit and Black Jade. He looked at the 2 of them and communicated, "This is my mistake. Since we have no way to deal with him currently, we'll give up. As for you 2, you've both shown effort. Death Spirit even rushed over from Star Tower. I will repay you 2 accordingly." Black Jade and Death Spirit's gaze became gentler. They had worked hard. Seeing that there was no hope of getting the Silver Wing Emperor, they didn't request for the initial reward agreement. However, they still deserved to be repaid somewhat. Automaton Virtual World. After appeasing the 2 emperors, Ciweka arrived in his own quarters and sat in the alloy chair, looking at the information on the screen. This plan would have a 99% rate of killing the Silver Wing Emperor. Ciweka revealed a pained look. However, It would make me spend almost all my cash. Would it be worth it? I could completely lower myself to ask my master to rebuild the 9th ship. Even completely rebuilding it would only cost a few billion indigo gems. The plan, however, would make me lose almost all my cash. Ci Wei was troubled. He had given the 2 emperors about 200 million indigo gems each. Without any success, this was generous enough. It meant that his expense so far still wasn't that huge, only a few 100 million indigo gems. This new plan, however, was absurdly expensive. Heck! Even if I don't use it after buying it, I can sell it away. Even if it's not against the Silver Wing Emperor, it'll be another trump card. He gritted his teeth. I'll get it. He immediately began to craft his order. The automaton race relied on their weapons to battle. Hence, one had to have sufficient wealth to buy powerful weapons to deal with stronger warriors. Even if one had enough wealth to buy a SSS god base, even a knight wouldn't be able to deal with them. One attack would kill a pinnacle emperor without a doubt. This was the power of the automaton weapons. Similarly, it was extravagant. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Within an endless river on the main continent, Silver Wing Emperor and Star Fantasy Emperor appeared in the depths of the river. Star Fantasy, thanks for your help. The beast let out a low rumbling noise. I didn't do anything, I just teleported. Star Fantasy's voice was gentle. Her blurry wings flapped gently as her demonic figure appeared and disappeared. She laughed, to personally see the Silver Wing Emperor unleash his flying technique within the space slits. That's an extra benefit for me. Right, Silver Wing Emperor, seeing the way you fly, theoretically, you should be able to teleport already. Star Fantasy asked. I've comprehended part of teleportation, along with space combination, the two combined creates a special flying method. I've been spending time on this. However, later on, I will quickly comprehend teleportation fully. The beast answered. Ah? Star Fantasy was shocked, replying with respect, combining teleportation and space combination to create a flying method. I'm filled with respect. The space laws were indeed split between teleportation and space combination and space movement. Every one had its own subdivisions. Teleportation had inanimate teleportation and space resonance along with contact void and many others. Only when one fully comprehended everything could he teleport. This was but one way to do it. Just like how humans could be split into men and women, they could also be split into infants, children, youths, adults, mature. Using a different mindset, there were many ways to go about it. This was after all a combination of the whole space laws. Hence, they could naturally all be blended together. You overestimate me. The beast said. That's a fact. In terms of instantaneous speed, you are the fastest amongst all the emperors I've seen. Star Fantasy said. Thanks. The beast wasn't proud at all, because it knew that this was but a lie he said. With sufficient accomplishment in the space laws, he could easily create something suitable. In terms of flying, it mostly relied on the Showu wings. After saying goodbye to Star Fantasy Emperor, Luo Feng returned to his Earth body and swiftly sat in his ship. He flew in the vast skies, looking for a new base. While flying, he couldn't help but feel curious and excited. He made the Mosha body and the golden horned beast examine the treasures the youth left behind. Within the world ring, black-clothed Luo Feng and the beast appeared. Mosha Luo Feng held 2 world rings, and within them lay the Nasha youth's treasures. Just what treasure is it within this that can make both the earth body and the beast feel its powerful calling, every cell jumping from within? Mosha Luo Feng held the world ring that gave off the powerful calling. The beast was sending its spirit energy in to examine it. Rumble. The black-armored youth was long dead. Hence, the spirit imprint was like water without a source, and was incredibly weak. It immediately crumbled and the beast's spirit energy pierced in. Hua lal Allah. Large amounts of items appeared on the ground before the beast. That's it. The beast felt the powerful calling, and black-clothed Luo Feng immediately grabbed the item. This was a palm-sized black and light, glossy soft metal board. This was similar to the black metal board he had discovered back on Earth. It was similar in material and size. Technically, it was a little bigger. The second black metal board. Moshe Luo Feng held his breath. This is it. He could feel the soldier and general armor. A heavenly treasure. He had no way of getting within the human treasure trove, the nameless manual. It was because of this metal board. This was the root of the inheritance. No wonder the calling far exceeded the soldier and general armor. Luo Feng thought. Just the material of the board is more mysterious than any G-grade metals I know. It should hold the nameless manual within. Let's hope it's the second volume. Luo Feng anticipated. The nameless manual had a total of 9 volumes. The one he found on Earth let him learn only the first. This second board may not necessarily hold the second volume. It was hard to say. It may even be the 7th or 8th. That way, it was impossible to study it without learning the earlier volumes. It had to go in order, like that Indonesia youth. Even with this metal board, without the first volume, he had no way to train it. Howl. The beast let out a howl and looked down, using its spirit energy to permeate the black metal board. My children. A thread of consciousness pierced into Luo Feng's mind. This was similar to when he did the first board on Earth, the same voice, after which endless illusions followed. However, in terms of willpower, Luo Feng was obviously stronger than back then. He quickly passed through them. Just like before, large amounts of words entered his mind, flooding him with information. This information was more than before, a total of 59,103 mother flame words. The details within this one involved the 2nd, 5th and 7th volume, of which the 2nd and 5th were complete, while the 7th one only had over 3,000 words and was incomplete. Now, of the 9 nameless manual volumes, the first was complete. The second was complete. The third was missing. The fourth was missing. The fifth was complete. The remaining 4 were missing and incomplete. Ha ha ha, this is a true windfall. I always thought the earth body and the golden horned beast's bodies weren't strong enough, and now I got the second black metal board. The second volume is complete, at least I can begin its training. Moshe Luo Feng stood beside, extremely excited. Howl. The beast raised its head in excitement. Glee. This was something that allowed them to break through the limitations of their genes. Luo Feng had never heard of any other manual that had the same effect. With his current status, he had access to many manuals, and even techniques created by warriors like the Primal Chaos City leader. Yet, he had never seen something like this. This was something that the laws of the universe should have destroyed. To train the second volume, I would need some time. Black-clothed Luo Feng muttered to himself. The first volume back, then took the earth body 3 months and the golden horned beast 29 years. This second volume would require quite some time too. I'm in no rush to begin now. Let's see what other treasure he has. To acquire this black metal board is a huge windfall for him. To a low emperor that can unleash time stop, he may have other treasures within. He kept the second black metal board. He once again began to examine the other items that were left behind carefully. This video will end here.